Good afternoon, students. This is Dr. Ghanshyam Chavan. Today we are discussing the new topic education and training programs for hospital staffs. These are various programs which we can develop to educate, to train, to give the new knowledge to the nursing staff or hospital staffs. Because whatever traditional way we are doing the therapy, we are taking care of the patients, they are not sufficient. We must go with the current era. We must go with the current situation. So whatever new developments has been going on into the world, accordingly we should modify our therapy, we should modify our surgery, we should modify our technical teams education, we should modify their skills by taking such staff development programs periodically. We can educate them and we can train them regarding the new skills which has been emerged into the market, which has been developed by the various scientists, researchers, and they have incorporated into the medical field. So we should not lag behind from the other hospitals or from the other clinics. We should go with them, because if we will go with the current technologies, our hospitals or our health facilities also will be improved, and benefits will be get to our patients. So to increase our morale of our medical staff, we must develop some staff development programs. Introduction. In that, staff development program is process directed towards the personal and professional growth of physicians. Means physicians are also going by their own traditional ways, conventional ways. So we should also teach the physicians, clinicians, the various specialists, radiologists, various pathological staff, nursing staff, other personnel like the ward boys or the sanitation officers or the various health workers or the various uh, cleaning workers. So whatever the various workers who are working over in the hospitals, in the nursing staff, so they must know what are the various new things are going on, or what improvement we can do in our work. So for that we can develop such programs. Staff development refers to all training and education provided by an employee to improve the occupational. What is occupational? Means whatever ongoing work they are doing, what is their function, what is their work, what is their SOP, what work they are doing into their regular dates, into their hospitals. So it is nothing but the occupation. For example, the physician's occupation to treat the patient, to write the prescriptions, to take care of the patients, to give the therapy, to monitor the therapy. What is the occupation of nursing staff? To take care of the patients, to evaluate, to monitor whether the therapy is going on or not, what are the effects of the therapy, whether the patient is taking that drug or not, or how the patient is responding to the therapy. So that all checkups can be done by these nursing staff. Always they are more in touch with the patients as compared with all the staffs. Doctors are visiting once or twice in a day, but nursing staffs are visiting number of times, more than 10 or 20 times in a day, because they need to be in touch with the patients, and also other staff like ward boy or sanitation officers or any cleaning staff. So like that, the various or pathological department, the staff from the pathological, staff from the radiological departments, or staff from the surgery department. So like that, the various staffs are in touch with these hospitals or nursing staff. So occupational and personal knowledge. So whatever the personal knowledge means, whatever the theory which has been incorporated into their brain, means whatever the books we have learned during our profession, during our education, during our degree. So that is personal knowledge. And after that, whatever knowledge we are gaining through the external sources, through Google or through various research articles or through various journals or through various references or from the others' experiences from the other hospitals or other clinicians. So the various knowledge which we can acquire, we can gain, it is nothing but the personal knowledge and skills, and various skills we have developed to do the surgery, to tackle the patients. So these are nothing but the skills and attribute of the wasted employees. So these all the things which we can improve towards the wasted employees, means the employee which has been enrolled, which has been appointed for that typical job. For that, we are increasing their knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Definition: staff development refers to the process, programs, and activities through which every organization develops. Because through these programs, the organization's developments always occurs, enhances and improves the skills, competencies. What is competencies? We are competing from the other organizations, from the other hospitals, nursing homes, and overall performance of its employees and workers. If the employees and worker will work, definitely the whole organization will be uplifted. Its promotion will occur. So for that, all the employees or staff members should work honestly. A process consisting of orientation in service education, means ongoing service, whatever training you are getting, and continue education for the people of promoting and development of the personal within any employment settings. If during your work, if any short course or if any training schedule, if you can plan, so it is sufficient to increase their skill and their knowledge consistent with the goals and responsibilities of the employment. So, to achieve the goals, to increase your development, to increase your knowledge, to upliftment of your nursing homes, you should do all these things. Need for staff development. So, what are the needs? Social change and scientific advancement. Advancement in the field of science, like medical science and technologies. As I have discussed earlier, the various new technologies has been developed in medical science in and in the plain science also. So accordingly, we should update ourselves. New technology, for example, earlier, if you will see surgery, so there was cutting the whole part of your body, and after that we are isolating, you are evaluating that organs, and we are doing surgery. But nowadays there is no requirement to cut the whole part of your body. Simply we have to cut the small part, and we can instill the camera. Another part we will instill, or we can incorporate the various surgical instruments. Through that we can do surgery at the specific site where is the problem occurs, so we can see through the cameras. So it is nothing but the laparoscopic surgery, and through which we can do the various operations, various surgeries. There is also another way of the laser surgery. It is also the new thing or a new development occurs in the field of medical science. Like that, various developments has been occurred. So by using that developments, if you are utilizing in your current profession, in your current occupation, it will definitely help you to do the developments, to provide the opportunity for nurses to continually acquire and implement the knowledge. Whatever nursing staff we are having, you should encourage them to acquire, to gain the knowledge, to acquire the knowledge, skills, attitudes, ideals, and valued essentials for maintenance of high quality nursing care. Because nursing are nothing but the heart of our nursing homes, because they are at the large numbers and they are in touch with the patients always. Doctors cannot come at each time, but nurse, you can discuss with her, you can communicate with them. For that, they must be completely skilled, knowledgeable, and you should increase their attitudes. You should furnish their attitudes toward the patients and develop some ideals among the nursing staff and give them valuable essentials to maintain them at high quality nursing staff, high quality nursing facility. If your hospital is having good nursing facility, definitely you will, your hospital or your nursing home will be encouraged, uplift, it will get more points, more rank into the city, into the world. Like in the world, in India, the reputed nursing staff, nursing homes are available, for example Vocard or AIMS or like Nanavati hospitals or Lilavati hospitals, Bridge Candy hospitals. They are reputed hospitals in the India. Also in the world, there are various hospitals are available. As part of the individual's long-term career growth, for your long-term career growth, you must encourage these nursing staff, the paramedical staff, to the whole the medical staff, to encourage them. And if you will encourage the staff, if they will furnish them, if you will improve them, definitely it will give the high rank to your nursing staff into the world. To add or improve skill needed in the short term, if any, you can add or improve skill needed into the short term. If you can, by short term, if you increase any skill, any short program, any short course, or you can take a uh, any meeting by which you can increase, you can tell them new things by which they can improve their knowledge. So by this also you can do this, being necessary to fill the gap in the past performance. This point is very important because whatever practice we are going on daily, we are doing the same thing. It may be nursing staff, or it may be the clinicians, or it may be the pathologists, or any radiologist, or any person from medical field. But some mistakes we are doing, or some, we cannot say mistake, but some errors or some lacuna may be there. So we must learn from the previous mistakes or previous errors, and we should not repeat it again. And we should fill the gap from the past performance. We should try to improve our work. That is very very important for the upliftment of our work. To change or correct long held attitude of the employee, it should always happen because we have to work for the hours into the nursing home, and for that we must change the attitude of our staff. They should hang on there for longer period. They should not be in a hurry. So change their attitudes. Need to increase the productivity and quality of the work. We should not work only for to complete our hours. We should do the work to increase the productivity. By our work, how many patients has been benefited, that we can check by ourselves, asking question to ourselves, that how many patients has been benefited, to whom patient we have taken the proper care, how many patients has been completely cured, what is the rate of them. So that productivity, it should increase. And also quality of work. So what side of work we should do, what things we should increase our productivity, that need to be taken into consideration, and do work accordingly. To motivate employee and to promote employee loyalty, loyalty is very important. You should loyal to your profession. If you are not loyal, nobody will ask you, and your demand will be decreased from the market. And if you are loyal, every company, every nursing home will try to grab you, will try to take you into their institutions. That's why try to increase your quality, so that other institutions or other organizations will try to get into their institutions. And also motivate the employees by giving their awards, or by giving them some increment into their salaries. It will increase the morale of the loyal employees, honest employees. And if you won't consider, if you will ignore these things, definitely their morale will be down, and they will also uh, decrease the morale, as well as they will also uh, decrease the environment. They will also spoil the environment of the work peoples who are doing good work and also who are not doing good work. If both are same, in that case the environment will be spoiled, and it will not encourage the peoples who are really doing their work very honestly. For that, we should encourage them. Fast growing organizations, if we'll do these things, we'll encourage, we will increase their skills, by which the fast growing will occur of our organizations, and ranking also will be increased into the market. Goals, what goals should be there? Assist each employee to improve performance in his or her profession. We should assist each employee, because not a single employee should be with less productivity. Each, if we'll try to work on each employee, our whole organization will be flourish, and whole organization will give more productivity. Assist each employee to acquire personal and professional abilities. To each employee, we should tell them to increase their personal knowledge, to increase their skill, to develop their knowledge up to date level, and professional abilities. It may be mental abilities, physical abilities, to maximize their possible of career advancements, to increase their maximum efforts into their work, should increase their not only professional abilities but also mental abilities. If any psychological help they want, you should help them. If any physical help, if they want to increase their physical abilities, should help them, by which they will be perfect into their work. And if they are perfect, our goals will be achieved. Objectives, these are the objectives which you need to fulfill. First is to increase employee productivity. If we will increase our productivity, definitely our organization will be flourish. To ensure safe and effective patient care by nurses is very very important. Should increase the safe and effective patient care. If you will take care of patients, definitely our name will be enlisted, or the name will be display all over the world. Means name will be shine of our hospitals if you will take care of the patients in good manner. If you will see the government hospitals or the civil hospitals or the primary dispensaries, I won't criticize any government hospitals, but it is a fact. If you will see, there are not sufficient care has been taken, which they need to take as compared with the private hospitals. They are charging money, but they are giving us good facilities. So care should be taken. So here, what is our objective? That's why the peoples are more attracted toward the private hospitals, because care has been taken. Because lots of times what happens, if you won't take sufficient care of the patients, due to that negligence, due to that avoidance only, the patient can lose their life. The same thing is happens here also. In this corona or covid conditions, lots of government hospitals, the peoples are losing their life due to lack of care. You can see nearby areas like in Jalgaon city also, in Aurangabad, in Malegaon, nearby areas. If you will see, the hospitals, if they won't take sufficient cares, the survival rate will be decreased, and due to which it will give a taboo, it gives a stigma on your hospitals, due to which it is very difficult to again get back your old image. So for that, you should ensure the safe and effective patient care by the nurses, because if you won't take care, the patient's recovery rate will be less. To ensure satisfactory job performance by the personnel, satisfactory job performance, because whatever salary we are paying for this medical staff, for this nursing staff, or for this sanitary departments, they must try to acquire their responsibility. and accordingly they should work. So this objective, if you will fulfill, definitely our nursing home, our clinic will be flourish. To orient the personal to care objectives, job duties, personal policies, and agency regulations. We should prepare our SOP in such a way that there should be some objective for the personals, other medical staffs, to identify their job duties for how much hour they are working, and actually what work they are doing, whether they are doing their work properly or not. You should try to monitor their work and their personal policies, what their policies they are having, whether they are only acquiring money from the patients or not, or they are doing partiality between the two patients or not. That you should identify their personal policy also, and agency regulations, and what are the regulations of our agency, of the hospitals, what regulations we are prepared, and whether the regulations has been followed or not, or regulations are right or not, or there is any lacuna in our regulations or not. That we need to be evaluate, and accordingly we should work to help employee scope with new practice role. If there are any new practice advancements has been developed, so we should cope, we should combine, we should incorporate with the employee and tell them regarding that new practice development, and help them regarding that, and train them, give them training to help nurses to close gap between the present abilities and the scientific basis for nursing practices, that is broadening through research. So whatever research has been done by the scientists, by the medical staff, or by the researchers, accordingly we should help to our nursing staff, to our medical staff, paramedical staff, and they should acquire, they should know, they should they should know regarding the current knowledge of these medical facilities, and they should go with that. And we should give them proper training how this new treatment, or how with these new ways we can care the patients, we can treat the patients, we can do the mitigation of the patients. So by this way we can increase our productivity. There are various steps of staff development programs, that steps you need to follow. That first is assess the educational needs of the staff members. That is very very important, because number of times what happens, if we are getting the certificates of the staff, if the staff is MBBS or BMS or BHMS or nursing staff, if that the person is having the sufficient bachelor degree of nursing, or if you are having the paramedical staff, or if you are having the staff from the department of radiology, or the staff from the pathological department, so we should ensure their degree. We should inquire to their respective institutions whether they are having valid degree or not. Because number of times what happens, the peoples are just purchasing the degree, and they are opening their shop, or they are opening their professions, just they are starting the professions. Number of times the medical degree also may be inferior, it may be wrong, it may be purchased. Because if you will see, for MBBS to take the admission, the NEET is required, or the CET is required. There are lots of peoples who are not able to crash that. In that case what they can do, they can just give the money, give the donation, and they can acquire that seat. It may be near about 1 crore or more than that, I don't know exact condition. And still if you don't have money, in that case what we can do, you can spend some money and you can go to China, you can go to the Russia, and from that country they are getting the degree, and after that coming to the India, and then they are doing practice. But you know what degree they are providing, what is the education level of China. That's why the Chinese atoms are there, how they are working. So in that case, what is their educational level? So if these peoples are not competing with the Indian medical facilities or Indian medical educations, so how they will take the education in Russia or China, and they are getting the degrees from them, and they are working here. So in that case, we should ensure from which institutions, whether the institution is affiliated or not. So we should ensure, we should evaluate their degree, evaluate their documents, and after that we can tell them to continue our institutions. Set priority. You should set the priority for the medical staff. What should be our priority? Should be our priority should be our patients, our medical facility. So we should give our maximum time to our medical facility. Develop general objectives for the staff development programs. We should develop certain points, certain goals for our staff development programs, and that need to be followed. Determine the resources needed to reach the desired objective. We should develop some, or you should define certain resources that need to be reached to our desired objective. Develop a master calendar for an entire year. For the whole entire year, we should develop some calendar. We should develop the activities. We should plan all the activities. In that, we can plan certain programs like replacement programs, or we can plan the programs like staff development program, to give them training, to give them education regarding the new work, new research work which has been done or which is going on into the world. So let them acquire with these recent things, give them knowledge. So you should do this thing periodically, twice in a year or at least once in a year. You should find out the period, which lag period is there, where we can plan such programs. So plan it, and you should develop some master calendar. Develop and maintain staff development record system. If any staff is doing development, if any staff is giving more productivity, we should record them. Not only we should encourage them by giving the records or giving the increments, but also record it. You should develop some staff development record system. Manually you should record all these things into your record. Establish files on major educational topics. If any major educational topic is there, if any current condition is there, now for example, if any new disease has been incorporated into our field, for example, earlier Ebola virus was there, before that the HIV AIDS is there, after that that SARS was there, swine flu was there, nowadays it is COVID-19 coronavirus is there. After that also, if any new virus will come, before that Spanish flu was also there, again plague was also there. So these are the vital topics, the important topics, important diseases which have taken the lots of lives, lots of casualties has been occurred. So these new topics is nothing but new techniques, or if any new medical advancements which has been occurred into our medical field, or if any surgery field, if any new advancement has been occurred. So for that you can prepare a typical file for these major important things. Regularly evaluate the staff development program. If any lacuna is there, if any error occurs in our staff development program, you can evaluate it, periodically evaluate the program, and try to improve it for next time. For that you should modify that program, you should furnish a new program by improving it and by decreasing the lacuna or decreasing the errors which has been occurred in last SDP. And by this way you can improve your program. There are various resources by which you can develop our programs. In that, first is public libraries. Various libraries are there from which you can gain the knowledge, you can get the knowledge. After that, audiovisual programs. In addition to many books and computers, there are lots of audiovisual programs. There are various videos are available in YouTube, various programs are available. Research activities, various research activities which has been occurred, lots of researchers are getting the Nobel Prize, or the researchers are giving the awards or rewards. and speakers to the community groups, various speakers who are getting attention from all over the world. If they are giving any new things to the world, new knowledge to the world regarding the medical field, regarding the surgery, or regarding the any sort of things, new things which has been helpful for our nursing home, for our medical field, schools and various universities where the research work is going on. If they are gaining any knowledge, if they are develop any things, any research work they are done. Association, health and inter services agencies, the various agencies like WHO, like the DCGI, like Drug Control of India, Central Drug Research Laboratory, like that various, or ICS, GCS, various organizations are there which are developing their own regulations. If they are getting any information, they are placing that information on their websites. So from that also you are getting some knowledge, you are acquire some information. Other nursing homes, if any other nursing home like India in AIMS is there, it is a good nursing home, it is good institutions. If any new research work they have done, so from that you can get the knowledge, they will share the knowledge with you, you can get knowledge and you can incorporate that knowledge, you can use that knowledge for your staff development. And one's own staff, if other hospitals own staff, their staff, if they are developed some knowledge, if any ideal personality has been developed in any hospitals, you should tell that ideality to your staff, that this person or this physician or this nurse or this pharmacist, they have done very good work. So you can tell their work, how ideally they have work, how super, how the great work they are done in their field. So you can compare like the doctors like Baba Amte. It is a classical example of the all the doctors or the all the physicians, how they are working. He is an ideal person, one of the ideal person. There are lots of ideal persons, other than he is one of the ideal person. So like that you can compare one staff with our staff, not compare to directly comparison, but you can set an example that by this way, this is the ideal person, by this way you can improve yourself. So in this fashion we have completed the half portion of today's syllabus, of today's topic. If you have any queries regarding this SDP or regarding his training or education programs for our nursing homes, you can put your questions into the comment box of YouTube, and see the videos as much as you can possible. And goodbye for today. See you. Bye.